Welcome back to the low budget LCS. We're only 1 minute late, but that's okay. That's all right. Sometimes it's all right to be a little bit late. Folks, we have an incredible game for you tonight. Financial Group C, the Jentlemen versus Buttermilk Lifestyle. That's right. An incredible matchup for you here tonight. We'll see how it all comes together. They're about to hop into draft. By the way, I figured we'd just start on this screen. We could take in the incredible logo, the Gentleman, just a pussycat wearing what sort of gives the impression of they're either an Aristocat or, maybe a doorman of sorts. One of those options. And of course, Buttermilk Lifestyle. Clean, simple, milk. It's what you need. It helps you grow. Make those bones dense. When does that boy Truth play? I ain't got no idea. I got my blinders on. There's only one game on the sheet tonight, and it's this one. I could not be happier for it. How's it going, Nesnude? Now I'm curious about the world implications of cats that wear suits. And I'd love sort of a lore build out of what they've got going on here. Okay. Vega will be joining me after draft. Because he's helping draft for Buttermilk Lifestyle, one of the teams in his org. So Vega will still be present for draft, just on the end of making the selections. Is Vega going to be able to be unbiased, Papa? That's a great question. Who knows? What's up, Banana Man? LeChance Looks Toast, thank you. Loki, what's up, Loki? Listen, folks, get in that food channel. Loki had an incredible, they made like a bun that they put some butter in, and the butter melted on the bun, and it looked so delicious, and I really considered finding a small little bakery and getting myself some buns of my own. Papa, don't worry, the low budget LCS, the standards that we hold ourselves here, I mean, you, of course, of all people know, as well, I'm sure he'll be able to be unbiased, maybe. Okay, we got the bands coming through here. We've got the Senna. We've got the Jarvan. We've got the Nasus. For the Gentleman. Buttermilk Lifestyle taking out that Rammus, taking out that Garen, taking out that Smolder. Now, I'm not a good League of Legends player. I'm swimming in those silver waters these days. Certainly not known for my analysis here, but I'll do my very best. I just took a loaf of seeded rye out of the oven. Ugh, Loki. Keep those pictures coming. Have you always been a bread baker? Is this a newfound hobby? How long did it take you to get good at making bread? That's what I'm curious about with hobbies, is what was the distance for each person to get from picking it up to a level of competency? 15 years? All right. That's awesome. That's very cool. How many years in, or how long in do you think it was before you were like, I'm pretty good at this? Draft wise, we've got some picks coming through. Aphelios, that first pick for the Gentleman, means they've got plans for it. It's important enough for that first pick. Oh, hovering this Braum here. Look at that. Partnered down in the bot lane. They've decided they want the big boy in blue there to protect Aphelios. A nice color palette coming through as well. Some blues and purple hues. And on the side of Buttermilk Lifestyle, the Ashe and the Ivern. I like it. I like the CC. I like the vision. You got lots of tricks that can be played with these champs here. Ashe and Braum on opposite sides of the lane. Sort of a family feud here. Shyvana, excellent. Now we all know which of these champs are very popular right now and which ones are very powerful, so you'll forgive me if something Cats versus Buttermilk seems like an Listen, who knows? Maybe the cats are going to lap up this milk. Maybe. Or maybe. I don't know how milk retaliates against cats. Maybe the cats will be lactose intolerant, Mr. Elias. Who can say? Either way, thank you for joining us on this Tuesday night. We appreciate your time. Nautilus. Very nice. Lots of CC in the bot lane. I like that. They're going to be able to absolutely dunk on one person. And maybe they'll be using Dunkmaster Ivern, sort of keep it in theme. A Gangplank ban. How interesting. U.GG told me the Gangplank was a tier D top laner. Does that factor into this at all? No, not really. Khazad-dûm, the age of the cat is over. The age of milk has come. Oh, Khazad-dûm, you're right, of course. How could I not see that storyline? For generations, milk has been lapped up by cats. And now, finally, they have a chance to strike back. To actually do something about it. They're not going to sit in that saucer. Just wait for those cats to idly come by, lap it up over the course of God knows how long. I don't own pets, by the way. Really not sure if you're supposed to feed cats milk. Sorry, T1. Who's on these teams? What a great and vibrant and beautiful question. It's a question, you know, Sorny, I can tell you're a smart individual. All right, and Igante is going to answer it right there. Absolutely. Gmo, Jethry, Jabe, Jolston, and Jezzy G on the side of the gentleman. You might be getting a theme there. I hate YouTube ads so much. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. Agante's been a fan since day one. Agante, what would you say? I mean, like, as a fan, are you constantly wearing a suit? Also, how do cats play into this? Cats don't start with J's. At least, as far as I'm aware. Sorry, T, on the other side, which is Buttermilk Lifestyle, you legally change your name to a J. Yeah, that makes sense. It does seem that that's required. Anyone streaming the game with it? I don't think so. I don't think so. Is Bear playing tonight? To answer the other half of your question, by the way, Turkish Tucker, Luna Hassol, Horem Boronix, and Dububu, and Quan Dual Blades are on the side of Buttermilk Lifestyle. Good evening, Durangelus. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh, it's a scrim? Sorry, Mang. This is League of Legends. This is an official match. Oh, Sammy Two-Slap redeeming a caster compliment? How dare you? Sammy Two-Slap wants me to compliment him because he was messaging me. He was saying, LaChance, listen, I can do a cartwheel into a back handspring, and it's pretty impressive. And I was like, Sammy, I don't believe you. Then he sent me a video. Did it twice in a row. Sammy actually just got back from the Olympics. He was too good. They sent him away. That's how skilled of a gymnast Sammy Two-Slap is.
I'm here.
Welcome back.
How are things? How's the banana stand here?
The banana stand's going great. There's always money in the banana stand. We're about to open up predictions right now.
Where I bet all my money on Jentlemen.
Of course, exactly. I mean, it's how you...
This is what my therapist said is good for me.
This is good. I'm glad that the low budget LCS is coming up in therapy sessions. That's important.
Speaking of, my entire TikTok page right now is Arrested Development. So I have been like having an Arrested Development like renaissance.
Every single piece of social media I'm a part of has been giving me ads for the new Magic the Gathering set, Duskmourn.
Ooh.
Haunted houses, baby.
That's so cool. I played a little bit of the set before this where it's all the cute critters.
Bloomborough.
Yeah, I did a couple drafts on MTGA.
Oh, awesome.
Very much enjoyed it. But yeah. I see Dose in chat. I'm speeding home. That is our other sub. Who's on California time, so he's just getting off work.
Be careful. Be careful,
Yeah, be
Dose.
No one moving in that California traffic.
Yeah. Speeding is just,
He's going 10.
Yeah, exactly. And
Traffic is
cruising.
moving is speeding.
Windows down on the highway. Kazumi, hold the sign of milk. Takes the might tremble at his feet. We ride, shrimp, or die.
Okay, this is like a deep cut.
Yeah.
So when I used to stream, I don't really stream much anymore. When I used to stream, my sub sound on Twitch is this guy screaming, "Is that a man riding a shrimp?" So yeah, that's a little bit of a deep cut.
That's great. That's awesome. I love it.
I gotta say, I'm good at being objective here. This looks like an LCK draft for both teams. It's like lots of competitive staples. Azir versus Syndra, Ornn versus Aatrox, like a Philios Braum into Ashe Nautilus. It's like, okay, we've all seen these champions played in competitive a ton.
These teams are just holding themselves to that standard.
Some would say they're gentlemen.
Some would say they're gentlemen. I'm curious to see how Worlds interacts with the low budget LCS. Not in any official capacity, but just how the play-in stage and all the games are going to impact people's picks, and if we'll have maybe some little mini Worlds matches of our own here.
Yeah, because I think, and this is probably outside of during the off season, this is probably the strangest time for competitive, because most amateur leagues sort of follow the metagame of competitive leagues, right?
Right.
But now we get a month break.
Yes.
Which is coming at the peak time of LBLCS, the 4 weeks leading up until playoffs, pretty much. So teams are getting this, and we have a big patch coming. Lots of nerfs, lots of buffs, item adjustments, the Worlds patch. So that's going to really test some teams, right? On, hey, now you don't have a rubric. To just go watch competitive and be like, oh, what are they doing? You've got a month long where you've got to kind of figure out what you think is best. And for teams that have a clear identity, this might be the time that they're, really strong. But also, you never know, who discovers that, secret sauce on the new patch first, right? Like when Nasus Mid first started coming out and things like that.
Yeah, this game offers a lot of creative outlets. There's a lot of interactions. There's a lot of ways to do things. And, if you've got, just a little voice in your head that's maybe asking you to do something in a slightly irregular way, and you're wondering if that synergy's working, try it out in a game. See if it works. Bring it to the stage. We'd love to see it.
I've been trying to explain that Bard Jungle is good to my team for a long time.
I am
it
on your side.
On yet. Look, the ganks. Think about it. You get ulted by Bard from his Raptors. He portals into mid lane. What do you do?
Holy shit, he's a genius.
He's bought a rapid fire cannon. She's slowing you from half a lane apart.
He's already finished his Infinity Edge, so you're cooked.
You're cooked. So what do you do? He's winging and blonging all over the rift.
I want that. I'm with Itty Bitty Banshee brings up a really good point, of course. You got to draft it in one of these games.
I am in control. I have a veto power.
That's fair.
Which we spent this entire draft listening to our top laner saying, paging Dr. B, emergency.
Dude, all those things. I'm
in my head.
I'm watching too many Instagram reels, dude. It's not good.
It works on me. Something like that definitely just gets incepted into my head.
Yes. Oh, I'm really what is going on? I don't even.
What am I? Spam this poo.
Until they
It's
stream.
gotta be a better one though.
Gurk. Sorry. All this is making me think of is I watched the Spy Family movie today.
Oh, how was it? How was it?
Dude, I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. I like read that manga up into a point. And then I started watching the anime. Bottom line is, I want to read this manga arc and see if this is like, if shit happens the way that it does.
That's always a question when you watch an anime and you haven't read that part in the manga yet. You're like, is this how this was written?
Yeah, is this exaggerated at all? And I only say that because a major sort of like, this doesn't really, actually, I won't even talk about it. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. And plus the game starting. Don't even worry about it, folks. All right.
Oh. I haven't watched it yet, so I don't have an opinion yet on it.
Uh-huh.
But I trust your opinion on pretty much anything manga and anime related.
Thanks. It's a good time. It's a good time. It holds to the sort of vibes of the rest of the show, which is
a little
delightful.
bit of spice here. We got a 4-man in the bot lane.
Oh, these
we love spice.
Gentlemen. Now, the real question, Vega, is how long do they commit to this bit? How long can you afford to keep your mid laner in the middle of the bot lane before it becomes a problem?
A gentleman's amount. It looks like they're already recalling one here. Looks like Shyvana's gonna recall. I like that because if you catch someone kind of just like trying to get a level 1 cheese in the bot lane or something like that, like you're prepped for it, right? You're there. And worst case, you just do what they did now. They're just gonna recall and say, okay, well, we're just gonna go back to what we, our regular setup. And
totally.
With the new kind of jungle setup, especially like Ivern and Shyvana, like most bot laners are not leashing anymore. But so setting up like this for your bot lane already is like fine. You see Buttermilk also similarly being in the bot lane hovering here. Both jungles starting top side. That's going to be a little bit of spice here.
Yeah. Yes,
Ooh.
Indeed. They did. I think they saw Nautilus.
They know
walk
he's in there. They know he's in there. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, they're gonna.
Special will be okay. Yeah.
I used to play a lot of ADC, and Aphelios was a champion that I saw coming out, and I was like, oh my goodness, I cannot wait to learn how to learn this champion. Way too hard for me. Not 100% sure what his level 1 and level 2 is like. Actually, maybe that's a question for you. Do you know when Aphelios starts to get pretty dangerous?
I know. I mean, level 1 is not amazing for him. His guns aren't very good. Level 2 is a little better. I know the Aphelios rules as, someone who doesn't play it but plays against it. Like, red, white, don't fight. If he has the red, white guns, you don't want to fight him.
I like that. Okay, great.
I know what the guns do. So, like, I know what each one of them is like, okay, well, if he has this, he wants to do this, yada, yada, yada. But no, I'm not an Aphelios expert. That is like when Aphelios came out, and this may date me because he's been out now a long time. And I remember him coming out being like, I am too old to learn this champion.
Oh, yeah. I learned that pretty quick.
Yeah, and then I think Zeri was the other one where I was like, I will get carpal tunnel if I attempt to play this champion.
Yes. Lot of buttons being pressed. Ivern looking to invade here. He's pinged it out. He's communicated with his mid laner, who's got that pressure in the mid lane and the bot lane too.
I like this because Ivern doesn't have a lot of like. When you're playing Ivern, you don't lose a lot for this, right? Like,
connection here. Hossol's gonna grab onto Jolston, but Jesse J's here with their shield. Oh god, these names are gonna be awesome.
They're so good. Jethy, Jabe, Jolston, Jeezy, and Gmo.
It's brilliant.
I like also that their names give you lots of easy like setups, like a gentleman's ace, a gentleman's dragon.
Oh god, that's so true. Big kudos out to the gentlemen who have really committed to this bit.
Yeah, and this is, if you want to get easy fans, let me tell you, something like this is a really good way. I immediately, when I saw them, was like, oh,
here we go. Connection onto Jesse J. Turkish Tucker does come down, tosses the CC out, just a little bit off, but putting some pressure on the bot lane.
Yeah, I like that, because Ivern, he's going to go get the Scuttle after this, but, you throw a little extra damage, right? You get those potions out of the bot lane. Now the side of Gentlemen, no potions left on those bot laners. We know how annoying that can be into an Ashe. Oh, gank mid, though.
In the mid lane, Jethy coming over. Hormonbornix burning the flash exactly at the right moment.
I wish I could tell you there was an easier way to say that, but that is it.
Yeah, we're taking the long road on that one.
That's really nice, too, because the pre-6 able to get the flash as Shyvana. Normally, Shyvana, is a big farmer. She doesn't put a ton of that pressure out on the map pre-6. To be able to get that's really nice, because now when Azir ticks over to 6, the scoop, very easy to set up. Meanwhile, top lane, Dabubu has this big wave crashing in with the CS lead, which, you always love to see into an Ornn, but Ornn not going to let him hold this wave. Good job there getting it to tower, but...
Oh, 2 turret shots, though. This might be bad for Gmo. Dabubu looking for it. One more auto. The flash away, but first blood goes to Aatrox.
That one was close, and Ornn auto attack with the brittle got so close there. I thought for a second the minions might finish it back off, but that is huge. The flash also invested there by the Ornn. That is big, and the wave on the side of Aatrox will TP back to collect that. So that is huge start there for Buttermilk.
Absolutely, and you could feel the panic. That first turret shot, Aatrox realizing, wait a second, I think I can pull him back exactly to that spot, and then truly one auto away for either of them was going to secure that kill.
Yeah, that's massive right there, and good early start, because you're playing into Ornn. A lot of times Ornn's damage can be deceptive. You can kind of lull you into thinking you're like winning a lane, and Ornn, wants to get to that late game, wants to get those ornaments, wants to decorate the tree. So to get an early lead means a lot there, as we see more trading.
Gmo getting out of there. Nice. I like this. I like that both junglers are on the same side of the map at the same time. There we go. Ashe using that hawk shot. Scouting out some vision. Look at Hornborn. That's going to be one person, 2 people stunned right there. But Syndra's stuck against the wall. Going to have to position themselves to safety here. A 4v4 Dragon on the line. Jabe is here alongside Jethy Jolson and Jezzy J.
I think right now both teams kind of being weary. Something early like that, a big fight could swing a game in a way. You got to be careful. Syndra is back on this mid wave.
Look at Jade.
Here is 6.
Jade's walking around, 6. And actually there's no vision in that, and that's the Shurima shuffle. Looney, very nice, flashing out, gonna Spider-Man their way out of that problem. Scuttle Crab, nice. Being started up here by the Turkish Tucker. Dragon down to half health. Nautilus is gonna go in. Hornbornklex here with a massive stun. Incredible quad dual blades on the back end, and the game stalls.
We can analyze. All right, let's analyze what's happening right now.
Okay, hold on. We're back. Jolson in some trouble right there. And look at this. A very nice cleanup here. Jabe is on the run. But that was like a double flank for Buttermilk.
Yeah, they end up playing the game of chicken better. Syndra gets around to that mid lane, is able to shove it in, and is able to come back down. And they are tanking that dragon. We talked about earlier, there's no potions on the side of Gentlemen down there. The Gentlemen they are not returning for potions. It ends up, you tank that dragon in the early game, it does deal damage. You end up getting poked down, and one Syndra stun into a follow-up. They're totally okay with sacrificing the Nautilus for that play.
I have to say, one of the things that I really love that the composition of Buttermilk can do is vision hijinks. You've got Ivern cutting off vision. You've got Ashe giving you extra vision right here. There's really a lot that you can do, and I think we saw that advantage being played out in that team fight, especially in the setup and that initial back and forth of chicken, right? Whether or not to commit to that first version of the fight, they were able to back out and find a better way to reapproach.
Yeah, I think that was really good. Now, obviously, first dragon does go over to Buttermilk. So that is a big deal when you're playing into the likes of Hush Arrow.
Oh my god, I was drinking some water. Incredible! All the way from downtown. Quan Dual Blades nails that shot.
Yeah, beautiful Ashe Arrow there. And you see a lot of Ashe players do this, right? If there's no dragon up, there's no objective to play for, just throw one out there, right? Worst case, it doesn't land. Maybe you get a pick like that, but that's huge. Syndra now 2-0-2, and I was just going to make the point of, when you're playing against the Azir, you're playing against the Philios, or in these champions that wants to get to those, 2-3 power item spikes, getting those early fights in your favor can be huge, right? Because then they're not really a comp that wants to go in and fight. And Syndra, kind of the other side of that, she's a champion that wants to scale also and has now been springboarded a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Bullet Club, spot on. A sniper shot for sure. Ivern coming up, getting these Void Grubs. Buttermilk are all over these objectives.
Yeah, and I really appreciate Riot giving us this little bit of time to talk about, what's going on in the game. Give a chance to shout out our sponsors here. A little bit of time. Appreciate, my casting duo.
Oh.
All this time provided to us.
For the folks at home, Vega does truly practice gratitude, and you're seeing that on display here today, right now.
In the mirror every morning.
Now, the nice thing is that they let us move around. This is probably a less offensive version of some bugs we've seen with the spectator client, because we can do some things.
Yeah, I will say mine is also paused, so it is not just something isolated to you.
Hilarious. Well, let's see if there's time. Sometimes, we'll just replay these couple of seconds. Honestly, actually, we're gonna go back and we are going to watch this Ash arrow.
Replay technology. In the meantime, I will try respectating to see if it fixes the issue.
Perfect. And if that works, then we will spectate again. Quan, look at that shot all the way.
It's actually more impressive than I thought, because at first I thought he just shot it straight down the lane.
Yeah.
He was walking almost near the bot tower when it shot, which is a little bit more. Okay, yeah, if you unspectate and respectate, it is back.
All right, excellent. And now the question is, which one of these lovely people friended me? Who invited...
You might be able to spectate off me, because I'm spectating it.
Let's find
you
out.
You might be able to. Yeah, we will know definitively soon, if that's possible.
We'll find out in a moment. Folks at home. Well, never mind. Okay, I was going to play some music, but that didn't work. All right, let's see. Let's
Stay
see
buckled into your seats.
To work. Right-clicking you. Okay, can't spectate through you, but that's okay, because someone invited me to this game, and it absolutely wasn't you.
Is it Luna?
Let's see.
It may have been one of the gentlemen, actually. I think they made the...
Let's find out here. Hunter and a pop potion. Yep, Luna.
I was going to say, our dear captain.
Ooh. That's funny.
Oh, hit play and then go back. I've had this happen to me before.
And then go back.
Join like a random lobby, like a draft pick.
Okay.
And then leave the and then see if it'll let you leave the lobby and then do it.
This is incredible. Oh.
No. Oh, that's so weird.
And that's the only I can spectate.
All the others work for you. That is so weird.
Oh, that's a double up workshop here. Okay, well, let's see. Folks at home, this is where we begin crowdfunding solutions. If you've experienced this particular bug, you let us know how you got out of it. I don't know that I can get that on screen. Let me just exit out of my client and come back.
Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, that's a good try. Always try restarting.
Oh, yeah, the old turn it off, turn it on. Did a league patch come out mid-game? That's a great question. Excellent. Okay. We're loading back in.
We are loading back in. We are loading. The game's pretty much at a similar state.
Good.
Currently than it was. Can't say a second dragon going over to Buttermilk now, but mostly just farming in the lanes currently.
All right. Okay. Let's see. Nope. That's...
Same thing. That is so weird.
That didn't do anything.
That is so strange.
Yeah,
I was able to right-click and respect it. That is so... It's almost like this game, like you got banned from this game.
I know. We're sorry, Riot. Okay. Well, let me mess around a little bit and see if I can get the Discord stream on.
Okay.
I don't know.
We're stretching the abilities of technology.
Oh, we're so far beyond already what I'm capable of, at least. Let's see. Oh no, that's not a thing. Okay, all right. I think we did it one time.
Beautiful job, chat. We love to see teamwork.
That's incredible. To see so many humbled individuals, almost monastic-like. It's really beautiful. It's really humbling. It's humbling for us.
Yeah, definitely.
Hi, Big Man. Nope, that's not good. What if I did?
What are you thinking there?
Well, I'm thinking...
Your Hines, Miss Hines.
I'm thinking that if I open up a new media source... Cache media file.
He's cooking.
Yeah, it's really coming together over here. Well, this
we've had a good run so far this year.
We really have.
Better than most years when things happen. So it's hard to complain too much because we've been so lucky this year.
Yeah, it really is true.
Another friend.
Wow, inconceivable. Dreran D Ryan 4266 following us, choosing to be the newest investor in the low budget LCS here in our weakest moment. Oh, that's not the button I want to click. No, not that either.
Another friend.
Agante as well. Thank you so much for these follows. And listen, are they pity follows? Potentially, but we'll take them. We're not above that.
Absolutely not. A follow is a follow.
Okay, this is something. This is something. I might be able to do something so stupid that it just might work. Nope, that's not it. How do I...
The real Rube Goldberg of streams.
That's like exactly.
I had someone call me that in a League of Legends game once. I had to look up what it meant because I was like 20 at the time. I was like, that's a really good insult. Calling someone the Rube Goldberg of League of Legends.
My favorite league burn was if it ever takes a really long time to load in, and then somebody says, "All right, who's playing on their mother's Kindle Fire?"
Dude, that's really good. That's actually really good.
It was great. Okay, this isn't going to be good, but I think I've got something.
Okay. All right. Let me turn sound back on in game.
Cool. Let me.
We can see the game.
We can see the game. This.
So let me turn it down.
This is what we're capable of. Through the sheer power of duct tape and chewing gum, we are bringing you this game. 17 minutes and 49 seconds
beautiful
in.
Also, the fact that you can see our profile pictures at the bottom is so beautiful. It's so good.
This is exactly as good as I could get it, folks. Truly couldn't get it any better than this. Oh, shit.
Oh.
Team fight. There we go. Nautilus ult, Ashe ult right away. Can't even see anything going on right here. Shyvana going to be ulting out. A teleport coming through right here. Nautilus going to flash away. Keep themselves alive. That teleport coming onto Daisy right here. The front line is the Aatrox now. They've ulted themselves. They're backing off, folks. This is all around Dragon. Buttermilk has 2. This would be their 3rd. The Gentlemen do not want them to get this. Right here, we see a commitment. Ornhorn being called right there, but the stun and Azir ult as well. But Azir gets taken down by the Syndra. 4-1 and 3 at this point. They have been busy. The Dragon now getting started up, and a wall of Ivern bushes to draw it into if they want. They don't need to, though. They're going to do it from within the bushes.
Yeah, a really back and forth fight there, and you see kind of, you know, when Shyvana ults those E's, the AP Shyvana, so much damage. And honestly, Ornn, it doesn't matter. Even if you're down like that, we see what the Ornn ult could do. It is going to end up also being a trade. Shyvana, the speed she has on the map, able to run up here, play for this, you know, Rift Herald, which will be big. Mid lane is going to get pressured by the 2 solo laners here, so probably it will end up being across the map a trade once the Rift Herald gets one of the towers. But Buttermilk wasting no time. Looking at the bot tower also.
Yeah, pushing in mid and bot. They're going to get 2 towers and the Dragon as well. They're up about 4,000 gold at this point, which, you know, that's not nothing, but honestly, kind of in my head, I was thinking it was going to be even more.
Yeah, me too. I mean, you look at the kill score, they are on soul point. I think that's going to be the big crux of this game. In about 5 minutes, there's going to be a big fight. But Ornn is level 12, right? And when you have a 4,000 gold lead, you start to get in the back of your head like, okay, ornaments, right? Ornaments are going to start coming online. Ashe Arrow is shot mid. It's the Braum.
Quan Dual Blades just nailing these shots and so much damage. Ashe's ability to chase is just so much with all of the slows, but, you know, it is Braum, so they're going to let him go.
Yeah, and that tower low enough now. They do have the Rift Herald. Unsure whether they'll use it yet, but that Rift Herald obviously could guarantee almost that mid tower for them, so can't imagine that lives long for the world. We do see Buttermilk now, though, pushing in this top side, getting vision. You know, Ornn has to be very careful in this side lane right now.
Oh, this is the Ashe Nautilus. Okay, it's 3v1. Ornn goes unstoppable, but now the CC comes to town. He's got the Nautilus ult tracking him. Teleport coming in. He's got a buddy. He survived the onslaught. That's the Ornhorn in return. And the Shurima Shuffle brings a shutdown into Ornn's pocket right there. As you're in a little bit of trouble. They've gotten 1 kill, and honestly, they've gotten away with murder. That's incredible that they got the one that they did.
Yeah, that's massive for them because also they invest a lot in that, right? That's the Ashe Arrow, that's the Nautilus ult, that's the ult from Aatrox, and they get that shutdown onto a target that needed. We talked about the Ornn scaling, you know, wanting to get him onto those ornaments, and more gold in his pocket makes him more survivable, more ability to farm in those side lanes, so that is massive for them. For the side of Buttermilk too, you know, you want to make plays on people when they're overextended in the side lane, but Ornn is probably one of the hardest champions to make a play on.
Oh yeah, we saw it there. He went unstoppable and he timed it perfectly with his flash. You know, obviously for that to work out, he had to be exactly as close to tower as he was. He did not have a ton of health left after he got that flash off, but he's a tanky little boy.
Absolutely. And we do see now that, you know, the game kind of resets a little bit. The gold lead goes down a little bit. That shutdown's big. But we're ticking ever closer to that dragon, right? 2.5 minutes, or 2 minutes roughly on this. Buttermilk, I expect them to try to keep looking for picks, right? You have an Ashe Nautilus. You have a lot of tools for picks here. You want to get that advantage ahead of an objective. And right here, right back to fighting.
Yes, indeed. Ornn and Aatrox just turning the corner and bumping into each other. And Ornn, I think, correctly identifying Jima knows he can't fight the Aatrox one-on-one right now.
Oh.
Who's getting caught
Be
right
careful here, Shyvana.
The Shyvana. They're going to have to ult away, but Aatrox is on the way, but not even needed. Quan Dual Blades, another ult right there, but a 2v1 down on the bot lane. A flash over the wall for Syndra. Ooh, bamboozling them just for a second here. Azir going to walk around, get that shutdown and gold. It's a 1-for-1, but on the other side of the map, Baron is being started.
Yeah, you kill the jungler. You see the support bot on that play. Azir does not have TP up for this, so I don't believe there'll be a contest. And I think if you're Buttermilk, you're okay with that trade. Obviously, you'd like to have your Syndra survive, but, I mean, a Baron, the big purple worm, pretty good.
And they get it, and they're gonna back and be able to push with this buff. Oh, never mind. Not even backing. They see an opportunity down here in the mid lane. Some slows from Ashe. Not sure if arrow is up. It is not, but a W might be enough. Braum needs someone to jump through. He's gonna throw the shield out. The selfless sacrifice of the support as Braum holds them in that tiny gap and lets his teammates get away.
Yeah, that's big because Braum's the one who wants to ward for this dragon, right? You want him on the map, dropping wards for the soul in 45 seconds. He will be up in time for the soul fight, so if they can buy time, they will have everyone alive for this. Ornn has finished his first ornament, does have that himself, and will be able to pressure this top wave. And they did pick up the mid tower during that, so a little bit of gold back in the pockets ahead of this big fight, but Buttermilk does have the pressure right now, and some big buys online for them. Moonstone online, 2 items on the Ashe. We'll see how they set this up. They do not sweep heading in here. There is a ward behind them that Ornn could use.
Oh, arrow gonna connect once again onto the Shyvana with teleport being channeled. Shyvana makes it over the wall. They will be alive, but now Ornn in a little bit of trouble right here. They found themselves to the Ashe. That's a redemption down there onto the back line. Ornn down to half health. Shyvana looking for an angle on the side. Ornhorn is gonna knock up 2 people. He's gonna dash away. Braum there to help the Shyvana out. A flash forward. Nautilus misses that hook. This fight is happening on 2 different sides of terrain right here. Low health.
Yeah.
Everyone's lived so far. Oh! That's a caster curse if I ever saw one. Sorry about that, Jetty.
Poor Jetty. That fight's so well played for the side of Jentlemen. Also, they kite around so well when they don't have a gold advantage. Shyvana barely gets over that wall, makes sure they're able to like it, but some of the Rift Herald, but it looks like Aatrox, I think, was able to move over towards mid. This should be Soul going over to the side of Buttermilk here. That is a stun on Braum. Beautiful shield, though. Beautiful shield.
Yeah, that shield just ate so much damage off of that ult. And look at that. Buttermilk able to get that dragon. Nice.
Oh.
Drifting. Okay, all right.
You know, I appreciate that. That's the Gentleman's Herald. You know, none of this weird stuff, you know, driving and bashing towers. You know, let the Herald walk with the minions that it was born with.
Herald's got a will of its own. Does it go that... Truly, not exaggerating, I go the wrong direction every single time.
Me
Does
too.
it start
I can't
going
feel out in it?
Yeah, does it go in the direction that your cursor is when you press it?
I think so. I think when you get in it, you click your cursor in a direction. I click. Maybe that's my problem.
Okay, well, I don't click and I still go in the wrong. So there must be a third thing that we're both not doing.
Between the two of us, we're missing a key ingredient.
Still making a mistake, but that's okay.
Yeah, looks like Buttermilk trying to push in this bot side, just take away this jungle right now, set up that vision. They do have Cinder pushing bot right now, so trying to make that jungle as spooky as possible.
And look at this Aatrox right here. He's found a target. It's Shyvana. Not popping anybody yet, but just reminding them, you can't step into this territory. You don't actually own this jungle right now.
Yeah, it makes it so hard because bot lane Cinder is pushing. So then that means that rotation is slowed down by that much, right? That affords them the free tower. Then they need to commit bot to stop it from going any farther. And in the mid lane now, that is another tower dropping.
Yes, indeed. I like that hook from Nautilus right there. If the tower had popped down a little bit faster, they could have turned that into a pick. But he just keeps everybody off, and Buttermilk is just ripping through towers.
Yeah, absolutely. But we do see ornaments starting to come online, right? The gold lead is substantial for Buttermilk, but we've seen enough games where in Aphelios, you know, one big ult, one big fight could be something. They do spot Ornn here. Do they have people to catch this?
He turns the corner. That's a Nautilus ult. It's taking a lot of time. He's gonna die. Ashe Arrow, though, used on Braum.
Yeah, I think Asher a little bit ambitious there, but you know, I think that's still good. Great use of sweeper there. You know, Ornn can't see that he's being swept. He can't tell that he's on vision there.
Right.
So that's another kill, and that matters because that's more time that Ornn is not getting EXP, right? That's less time for him to get to those ornaments. But right now the Baron is off. You know, it's still 3.5 minutes on the Dragon. This is Gentleman's, you know, time to collect farm on the map. There is no Baron battering down these towers, you know, and you have a pretty good wave clear comp, right? You do have the Azir, you have the Aphelios, who are on big item points right now.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing, is if you can push this game back far enough, you've certainly got scaling. You've got answers that will arrive eventually. And, you know, I think Buttermilk knows that. They're doing a really good job of pushing hard with the advantage that they've got.
Yeah, take what's out there on the map, right? These outer towers are ones. Probably Gentlemen is like, well, we need to see those. They're not worth, losing the game over. But also on the side of Buttermilk, that's the gold you want to collect, right? We do have the Baron spawning in 50 seconds now. And for Buttermilk, you see the litter rewards they placed in the topside jungle now, right? It's going to be important that if Gentlemen decides, I'm not sure they'll opt to fight at this Baron yet. They may wager that it's more important to get to the 3-item power spike and maybe fight at the Elder.
Yeah.
But right now, yeah, it doesn't look like they're opting to want to really, push into that jungle and clear vision. We'll see what they decide to do in the next couple seconds here. But as far as right now, we did see some pinks placed in the bottom side jungle.
Yeah, this is the trial for the Gentlemen right here, right now. The mountain that they have to climb is this round of neutral objectives. There's a lot of ways to get through it, right? You can, A, secure those objectives. That's fucking hard. You can, B, not secure those objectives, but get enough kills that the advantages that are gained by securing the objectives don't damage your base too much. Possible, but also pretty hard. You're down in gold. You can see through just absolute miracles, survive the onslaught of Baron and Elder. We've seen it done before. Here we go. Hook lands. That's going to be a teleport being channeled. Braum here in the choke point going to take that arrow from Ashe, and they might just say, we've got the support. We're going to take him out, and that's exactly what they do. That's a pick. That's a pivot to Baron. This is the first big one on the chopping block.
Yeah, big purple worm going down twice in this game, it looks like. And I appreciate Gentlemen not overcommitting. You see a lot of teams when someone gets picked, they overcommit to save that person, right? They're saying, hey, we can't fight this objective. It's okay. GZ was our person that had to walk for vision. That is the risk you take being that person. They're opting to push the mid. They want to get some gold back. They want to get this mid prio, make Buttermilk not be able to run straight to the bottom lane to get this, but you gotta be careful here.
Oh, can they make it through here? There's a lot of CC on this team. Azir's gotta form a wall or something. Nautilus ult being channeled right there onto the ADC. Ornn's gonna take that hook for him. Azir gonna get some autos in. That's an ult as well. Flashes are up over that wall. Shyvana being chased. Aphelios has to run the other way. Aatrox frontlining the hook back up. Oh, the Azir ult to buy some time. And I do think that's going to be everybody else getting out. I can't actually see the timer, but how much longer until Elder comes up?
It is 25 seconds on the Elder. Azir responds 10 seconds after. Does have teleport up, but it depends on what Buttermilk chooses to do, right? It looks like right now they're opting to say, hey, it's a 4v5. They're not in their base. We're going to push.
Oh my god. The damage there. Ashe arrow connecting. They're just going to commit. Multiple picks happening around, but hold on a second. That tower doing a lot of work. That was a massive knock-up. Aatrox looking in trouble, but look at that. Fancy feet will keep them alive for another second. Ashe says, hey, I'm going to try and take this tower out. Ornn, stuck between a rock and a hard place. They need to kill people, but they also need to clear this wave. Ivern coming around. That's going to be a whiff on the CC from the Syndra. Ornn walking away, and other people are back up. Azir now back into this fight, able to stabilize the base.
We talked about what can happen with a 3-item Aphelios ult, right? Like, what the power of that. They're grouped up under that tower in mid lane looking to push, and that's what can happen, right? I mean, a big shutdowns there going over to their side. They do get the inhibitor. Elder is up, but now you're in a little bit more of a precarious position.
Yeah, absolutely. Losing a couple of members, now death timers a little bit staggered, not everyone showing up at the same time. And you've got Braum and Azir able to walk in together and get a little bit of vision, which Gentlemen have been having some trouble getting shoved out of the way when it comes to the vision war. Hawkshot gonna spot that Braum out right there. So the fact they're able to lace him down ahead of time, I think that's gonna go a long way.
So mid prio does matter here. They are catching that wave now, which is good. The Elder has not been started. I do like that Buttermilk is pushing in here, though. They're saying you're clearing the mid. Oh my gosh!
What the hell? Look at the pick right there. 2 ults used, so much damage. That is certainly going to secure Elder for you.
Yeah, I guess in my head, I always think of Shyvana as like the big, spooky dragon giant, hard to kill. But I guess when you're full AP, almost 4-item Syndra and, a 4-item Ashe can deal a lot of damage very fast.
Yeah, no, 100%. And it's hard to think about with who's up right now. I mean, you've got the Azir, the Aphelios, and the Ornn. Can they 3v5 into Elder and keep their base alive? Shyvana and Braum are actually going to be up pretty soon. Maybe you just give this
Ashe arrow
up.
coming up.
Oh, Ash era coming up.
That's
These
that, you
picks.
have to be careful of that when you're stepping up to defend this. I think Gentleman has to play at the Nexus towers.
Yeah, for sure. You don't win this fight if it's not happening underneath the tower. There's one shot going to Nautilus. There's Ash Arrow going wide. Two things going right for the Gentleman. Azir trying to go for the Shurima Shuffle. He's going to get picked by that Nautilus pull right there. Doesn't actually hit anybody with his ult. The Ornhorn going to knock up one. Shyvana diving into the back line right there. The Aphelios ult going off, but Ash still lives through it all, walking forward. Ornn, too, still alive, but not for long as the Elder procs and the towers fall. That's one. Oh, another Nautilus hook. They're really, really going for it on pad right here. Oh my god. Buttermilk picks up game 1.
There we have it. All right, I will wait until you change your scene.
Excellent.
Stop.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We're all good. You can change that now.
Beautiful. Okay.
I hope you didn't blink, folks, because remember, that was the game that Riot didn't want you to see.
Yeah.
They felt like it was too much. Okay, let's see
Okay, I
if
lost
we
all
can
my
get into
points.
this one.
Goodbye points. Do you need me to invite you, or do you got it?
Oh yeah, you can. If you can invite me, that'd be perfect.
I am in.
Oh, perfect.
You're in your own private channel. So hold on, let me get you.
Oh, I'm good. I'm in spectate.
Oh, you are. You are here now. All right.
Beautiful. And we're keeping same sides.
Looks like we are, so we don't have to adjust any icons, nothing crazy. I'm going to jump for the draft. I will return to you.
Beautiful. Good luck.
All right.
Buttermilk Lifestyle had that win. There's your money, folks. Enjoy. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Payout time, indeed. Need spectate. Rusty1G, thank you so much for being the newest investor in the low budget LCS. We appreciate you sharing a little bit of time with us this Tuesday night. We have got game 2 coming up. If you're just joining us, this is game 2 of the Gentlemen versus Buttermilk Lifestyle. The Gentleman's logo is the cat wearing the suit, and Buttermilk's Lifestyle logo is, of course, the one that says Buttermilk Lifestyle, in case you couldn't tell. All right, curious to see what changes happen from game 1. What do we learn, folks? Well, it's hard to truly tell from our position because we didn't see a couple of minutes of that game, so we are missing some connective tissue. Obviously, the pick power of Buttermilk Lifestyle's composition was very strong and used to great effect. Those Ash arrows were flying basically on cooldown, facilitated so many picks in the follow-up from the Syndra and the Nautilus. That's a lot. Now, you can't ban CC, right? You just can't ban all of it. There's a lot of champs. There's a lot of different ways to get it. So the Gentlemen are going to have to decide if any piece of that puzzle was too much. I will say the Gentlemen were starting to get picks. There we go. That's the Ash ban. They say, you know what? That was annoying in the bot lane. We liked our Aphelios. We wanted to scale. And Ash was just, it was too much harass. It was too much CC. You can't cut vision with Ivern and get free vision with Ash. You just can't. So they throw the ban out there. Let's see what the third thing they say is not allowed. CWERSBE, hoping for a little more spirit from the Gentlemen. Here, man. I will say, when it comes to spirit, I felt like the Gentlemen had it. They're going for all these Shurima Shuffle plays. They were fighting certainly hard at every opportunity. Yes, very nice. Put in Lux support. Hey, nothing wrong with the Lux support. Nothing wrong with damage Meiji support at all. your Luxes, your Zyras. They needed to play a bit tighter, but agreed they were resilient. I can agree with that for sure. And look at that. You want to talk about adaptations. The gentlemen say, hey, we saw how that Ivern worked out for you. We liked it. Let's take it. You're going to have to find something else. Lord Thor, you're spot on, good. Luffy. Oh my god, hashtag get milked or whatever. Yeah, hashtag get milked for sure. The Buttermilk lifestyle hashtag, and there's the Syndra for Buttermilk lifestyle and the Jinx to follow up. No hesitation, folks. We saw this Syndra in game 1, and boy, was it dealing damage. By the time we tuned in on the back half of that game, it was popping people like it was nothing. How will Gentlemen respond? And that Jinx, it's gonna scale. Jinx has a reputation for a reason. It's gonna scale. So we've got damage for Buttermilk. It'll be interesting to see how the rest of their composition comes together. And the Gentlemen now need to find some damage, and they're gonna find a little bit of it in this Caitlyn. We've got the Caitlyn, we've got the Ivern. We've got the passive of Caitlyn, right? Getting those extra stacks for those headshots. Maybe it's an Ivern support. It's been a thing. Early Syndra is very punishable. Very fair, tactical pork chops. It's in the name, tactical. And the Silas. I like that. You've got some good ults. I think the Syndra ult is... Actually, I guess Silas is not going to get the full power of the Syndra ult. Wait. Well, does Syndra... Okay, does anybody know this? If Silas steals Syndra's ult, will it take the balls that she puts down and throw them at her? Who knows? And the Graves, big guns. Nah, it won't. Okay, all right. That's fair. Makes a lot of sense. He gets a 3-ball ult. Okay. Excellent. I suppose that would be a little bit crazy. All right, second ban phase. The Poppy, the Gwen gotten rid of. The Gangplank gone again. We saw that in the bans of last game too. And then Camille. What's up, Bear? How'd your scrim go tonight? Second half of the draft phase for Buttermilk Lifestyle. They are 1 win away from finishing this series out. And Gentlemen, of course, have to lock this one down if they want to push it to a game 3. Let's see. Gentlemen, these picks are going to give us the final shapes of your composition. What have you got for us? You gotta let the cat out of the bag. Nautilus! Also taking a piece of the pie from game 1 from Buttermilk Lifestyle. Inspired by Buttermilk Lifestyle's gameplay. They're gonna grab this Nautilus. I gotta say, I like it. I liked the CC that it brought in game 1. Good. I should check my DMs. Let's see what you're sending me. Oh, thank you so much, Bear. Everything is okay. Oh, the Cassante! I like that. I like that Cassante right there. I think that that's a nice bruiser fighty top laner. Obviously not the same as the Ornn. Into the Alawi! Oh, we're gonna have some scraps up there. We're gonna have some scraps. Bear, yes. Vega's gonna join me in 1 second. He is just helping with the draft. One of his duties. Luffy's triggered seeing Graves. Hey, man. We'll see if your fears are justified. Game 2, we're going to start this. Who will win? Game 2, folks. Starting those predictions. Maybe you won some money on the last prediction and you've got a little bit more cash to spend. Maybe you lost some and you need to win your fortune back. Either way, the doors of the casino are open. The predictions are live, and you are more than welcome to place a bet here in the low budget LCS. Right before we get into game 2 of this series, once again, Financial Group C, the Gentlemen versus Buttermilk Lifestyle. And if everything goes well, Riot Games will allow us to watch this whole match from start to finish.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we get to see the whole match.
Yeah, that would be ideal. But knowing Riot, you know, who can really say?
I want to send you a picture really fast. It made my heart very warm.
Please.
Someone posted this in the Milk Discord. Let me find your name in Discord. Hold on. Someone posted this in the Milk Discord, just shouting out the games, watching LBLCS.
Oh, that is so sick. People wearing Milk esports attire, watching the game, showing up. The fans are coming out. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's just so sweet. You know, it's such a nice thing. And I want to give a shout out too. This is not a needless plug, but High Alert also has some pretty cool merch, I think, coming. I'm not sure if it's officially out yet, but it's cool to see teams doing that, you know?
It really is. It's just like, it's an extension of the whole idea. It's like, are you having fun playing games with your friends? Oh shit, Luffy swinging subs. All right.
I have a Panther Corps sticker on my computer. That was given to me at an LCS finals.
Oh my god, who gave it to you?
Jackie Boy. Actually, I met Jackie
wonderful.
Boy at a fest. It's very nice. It's so cool just meeting people from low budget LCS. If anybody's going to TwitchCon, feel free to reach out. I know that's in a week from Thursday, so reach out to me. You can get some free milk merch. I bought a bunch of stuff to bring.
Take them up on that offer.
Yeah, it's just so cool meeting low budget LCS people. And everyone I've met from the community has been so wonderful.
Oh yeah, it's been a blast. I went to, was it Worlds? Not last year, maybe it was the year before that, with someone you don't know, an old no name, and it was great. Ev Dingus I've also met as fun. Well. Just great folks.
Have I ever told you my Faker's dad story?
No.
Okay, so I think it was 2 years ago when the group stage was in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously we went, we went a couple days to the group stage, and it was one of the first days T1 was playing. And me and my girlfriend are sitting in the audience, and there's a guy sitting in front of us. And my girlfriend nudges, "Hey, look at this guy's phone." And being the busybodies we are, we're glancing over at this guy's phone because on his he's swiping through pictures on his phone. It's all these backstage pictures of T1.
Oh my god.
And they're in a group chat, blah blah blah. And this guy's decked out in T1 gear, and everybody with him is, and we're like, who is that? We look up Faker's dad. Faker's dad is sitting 2 rows in front of us.
Oh my god.
And we're like, whoa, what are the odds that he's sitting in the audience right here in front of us? So that was really funny.
Dude,
that's... At first, my girlfriend's like, oh, this guy's background on his phone is Faker, and he's an older guy. And then she's like, wait, those are not public pictures. Those are that's backstage right now.
That's fucking, that's nuts.
Very funny.
I just, the first Worlds I went, I think the first time it was in Madison Square Garden, I went to a match, and I just remember seeing Travis Gafford and having him be 15 feet away and just be like, oh, that's the guy I see on YouTube all the time.
We got invited to draft with him. I can't remember what event it was. I think it was Raleigh. Travis asked me and my girlfriend to come play Magic with him.
Oh!
And we ended up not being able to.
That is so cool.
Every time, it's a running joke now for us because every time he sees me, he looks so unhappy to see me. He looks disgusted that he is seeing
He
me, and
really
I'm
wanted
always
to
like-
play, dude.
I'm always like, what did I do? Like,
He really wanted to play.
but yeah, it's so fun. We may have actually been at the same world. I saw Rocks Tigers versus T1 at Madison Square Garden.
Was that? Okay, you're gonna have to help me out here. Which one was the match where there was the incredible Ash Arrow?
That's the match. That's the match.
Dude,
that
we were
stops the
in the
base.
same fucking
Yeah.
building. We were in the same
was-
fucking building.
In my opinion, the best of 5 ever played.
I completely
Like that,
agree. It was electric.
the evolution of like Rocks Tigers played like Zyra support
Yes,
for the
that-
first time.
yes!
And then they were busting out MF support as the counter, and it
Yes!
was like, this series is crazy.
Dude! Oh, it was so cool.
The place was packed too. There were so
Yes.
many people.
There,
Great series.
there really is like, I will say, if you can get if you get a chance to go and see a series live, like, the crowd really does add to the experience. It's
And I
it's
mean,
incredible.
I've taken people who are not League of Legends fans, the people that don't even like really like, they know of the game but they don't really play, and it's just fun. Like, even just like the cool effects that they do on, like, when in Raleigh they had like when dragon spawned, these like an effect for every dragon like on the floor that like went up to the crowd. It was like, I took my daughter, it was her first event to go to in Raleigh, and it was so cool. Like, Dignitas gave us free merch for her and stuff like that. It was so fun. It's just, even if you don't love League, they're fun events to go to.
They really
Also,
are.
there's kind of side stuff to do also. Like, you see vendors, there's games to play outside and things like that.
Yeah, there's people cosplaying. It's, it's like a mini con.
Awesome. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna step away for 2 seconds to turn my air conditioning on. It is so hot in this room.
I got you. I'm here. We'll see if there's any spicy level 1 in this game. Last game we did see Gentlemen hard stack the bot side of the map. We'll see what they do. Oh, looks like they're 5-man going out mid this game. They do have Nautilus, so more tools than they had with the Braum for making a play. We'll see if this gets spotted.
Ooh, we'll see indeed.
Oh, I think they slipped right out of his vision there. Graves just not quite up enough. We'll see if Jinx is here. She'll have to spot this immediately and get out.
That's true.
They
This
should
5
see the
stack.
Graves here.
Oh, the
they should see
Gentlemen have
Graves
been
here.
so slippery.
They are so patient with this too, and that's so good because red side almost certainly will start to be like, okay,
Jesse
there's
J
not
gonna
an
walk
invade yet.
forward. Quan dual blades just sprints, just breaks for it.
Very lucky that that invade was not heading for the bush
Oh.
and instead chose to turn upward. So close. I like that though because you're not giving a ton. We do see Hornborix get a ward over on the blue buff there, which is nice. I'm sure that gives a little bit of information as to where Ivern starting. There should be able to. They're pinging out. Hey, the top laner is going top lane, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
See what Ivern chooses to do there. Okay, they do get a ping up. They do know. Silas this game also.
Yeah.
Always kind of a game warping champion a lot of the times, because then you get into that. I can speak directly for having drafted this game. Makes draft a lot different, right? Because then you're like, we love this ultimate. Wait, they get this ultimate.
Exactly.
You're like, oh, okay, maybe we don't give that one away. But yeah, a lot of difference in comps. The Ivern on the other side this time. Top lane matchup a little bit different here. It is still a tank into a carry matchup in top lane with the Alawi into the Cassante there. But Cassante, as we all know, can be a carry in his own right very easily.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Level 2s gotten in the bot lane basically at the same time. Yeah,
No Ash arrows this game either.
No Ash arrows. We talked about it during the draft phase. That ban in the first round. I mean, Quan Dual Blades was so effective with those Ash arrows. It was just pick after pick after pick, and I'm sure they'll still be able to do a lot of damage on this Jinx, but now there's no, free CC attached to it.
Yeah, now there is no also just that long range tool, right, to fish for kills. We saw a couple times last game. That's what ended up, turning into a couple of kills.
James gonna go in right here. Hornborg's in a little bit of trouble right there. No ignite on them though, and down in the bot lane, that's gonna be a hook landing. A little bit of trading, but we talked about this in chat. I forget who said it. They said Syndra. Maybe they can punish it early, and we've got Jabe here diving in, doing what they can to do exactly that.
Yeah, gets the flash. That's huge. Just like last game, we'll see if they're able to return to that. There's a lot of easy setups. Silent's one of those champions. He can create his own, pressure on a champion. And early on, they get the shove in bot, and they are walking with the Ivern to secure that scuttle.
How do you feel about this top lane battle? We're gonna see a little bit of it right here. Dubu getting a soul out, bashing away Jezzy J. Nice hook. I think we're gonna see a lot of that pattern right there. A hook onto Rakan, and they're just gonna dash away.
Yeah. For the top lane matchup, Alawi is the bane of melees. So I imagine Cassante, you're playing meatball here, right? Trades are good, but this is the fun of playing against Alawi right here. And Dubu's favorite champion is Alawi.
Okay.
So this is a comfort pick for him. But I wanted to give you, while we're not in the hyper action, Quan Dual Blades. First D&D character.
Oh, up here in the top lane, Turkish Tucker, the assassin, coming for Gmo. They're on their way. A soul is grabbed. They've got about a third of their health left. It looks like they're going to get out.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot of a priority gank, right? I don't think you really expect to kill Cassante with Graves Alawi there. They don't really have any CC between them to lock him in place. But that allows what's happening now, right? Graves is walking into that enemy jungle because now top lane's ahead, right? It's not really easy for Cassante to walk down and help.
Right.
Alawi looks to be holding that wave. But yeah, what I was saying, Quan Dual Blades, you like D&D.
Oh,
his name was his first D&D character.
Oh, lovely.
He got put on the spot and was like, what do I call this guy with two swords?
It's Quan Dual Blades.
It's Quan Dual Blades.
Perfect answer. I also know that that's a very similar situation for Papoa. Papoba's league name is also a D&D character.
Really? That is so good. I love hearing that. I'm trying to think what my first D&D character's name was. I think it was it was Buck. Okay, so we were two bards. And we were Buck and Chuck, but I can't remember what our last name was.
That's
and the premise
awesome.
The premise of it was I was a minstrel, and this guy who was my brother in air quotes had killed my real brother, but I was the only one who could recognize that it was a different person.
Incredible.
So I was constantly that's not him, that's not Buck. And other people were like, no, that's Buck. He says his name's Buck.
Just the arc of people's experience playing D&D and, making characters that are just pure bits and then also having characters that are very serious. I just think it's such a beautiful pastime that you're able to jump around from so many different levels, so many different kinds of tones.
Yeah, usually my one-shot characters are the ones that are very for fun, very, I'm going to try this idea that's funny.
Yeah, go pure nonsense.
We did do the first dragon here. Looks like it's going to head over to Buttermilk. Not a surprise there. Graves gets that early priority. They are going to trade this off for the grubs. Ivern probably looking to avoid a little bit of the early scrapping right now. Once it gets level 6, obviously, gets the bouncer. It's a lot easier to make plays.
That's a hook onto Rakan, who will dash away.
Yeah, like you said, I imagine that trading pattern is going to be many times in this game. Oh. A little bit of trading here.
Oh, I think that was 1 sec. No way. Hornborgs, 99 health, 5 health.
Oh, so close.
My God.
Oh.
Jethy with the flash over the wall. Hornborgs there. Almost did that.
Oh, my
5
goodness.
health. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was so close. See here now, early grubs can be very good for this comp. Obviously, you have a Caitlyn, someone who wants to hit towers a lot. Grubs lean themselves to that. Top lane and mid lane matchups are almost mirrored, right? Right now, you see in top lane pressure for one side and mid lane pressure for another. Maybe an attempt here.
Speaking
Synder's
of
not
pressure,
stun.
Turkish showing up when they did right there. probably didn't save Hornborix's life, but it put them in a position where they don't have to back right now.
Yeah, we saw that exact trade earlier where Syndra gets, bursted very low, has to use the flash. That right there is the difference, right? You're able to, your jungler just shows for a second. That's why a lot of times, especially when you're working with junglers, you try to explain that idea of there's pressure that's not ganking, right? Like even just showing, making someone think, oh, I can't get too aggressive, I might get punished here because someone's around. That's a great example of that. As we do see, love this from Rakan, just showing up to help push this wave so that Syndra can get a base off.
This is the other thing is we saw Syndra's or Hornborix's Syndra in game 1, so we know how dangerous this can get and what it will eventually turn into, and the Gentlemen are very aware of that as well. I think there's going to be a lot of respect on that mid lane.
Yeah, this game already, vastly different than game 1. Gentleman's early game in this game, much more proactive. They're doing a lot more on the map. They've not gotten into one of those awkward dragon scraps, right? As opposed to last game where they had that one that kind of blew the game open as, oh my.
Just
That's
limit
the danger.
testing.
Yeah, the second that stun goes out from Syndra and, Silas knows that they don't have to worry about it, that's what can happen. Ooh, I love this hover in the bot lane here.
Yeah, something could happen. Jethy. Oh, this is good. But dual blades, Quan. Ooh, Quan exposed a little bit right here. They're going to go forward. That's going to be the connection. Jezzy going to walk up. That's the ult too. The hook goes into it as well. Quan dual blades going to do everything he can to live here. That's going to be the Caitlyn ult. It's going to get blocked by the Rakan. Oh, they both get out. That was beautiful.
That is wild that no one goes down during that play. So close from both sides to being there, but it is the sums off of that Jinx, right? Which you're happy to trade your Nautilus sums for there. As Caitlyn still has all of hers. Meanwhile, on the top lane, we get to see this a lot because of the way Spectator works, but a lot of the same, right? Gotta be careful here as Rakan also. Does have the exhaust, but Caitlyn has those 3 grubs right now. This is what Caitlyn wants, right? You're taking power plays, pressuring the lane.
Dubu really giving him the business up there. Obviously very good at landing those E's. Did they just ult right there? I think they did. That's a flash away from Syndra. Gmo on the run. Graves going to try and hunt them down. There's the slow with the smoke. And on the back end, first blood, 10 minutes and 14 seconds in. That's how long it took. Very different from game 1.
Yeah, and that is an unfortunate one for topside for Gmo there. Kind of get left alone with that play happening bot, but no teleport right now. So that means that it's going to be alone time for that Alawi on the tower. The good news is Alawi zooms, so not too many W's going to be spammed into that tower. But definitely a painful one, even though Alawi gets only an assist on it, is going to get a little over a kill's worth of gold there. Meanwhile, bot lane, I think. Yeah, you notice the health bars. We did get a recent reset from the Jinx there. Caitlyn, though, a lot of gold in pocket. 1,500 gold is going to be able to get a good base off there. And I doubt Jinx, is going to be able to pressure this too much. It's so dangerous without sums to press forward towards that tower at all.
Yeah, no, it's just not worth risking right now. Gold is very close. There's only 1 dragon difference right now. It's just you don't want to be part of a play that starts a backslide.
Exactly. And right now, for both teams, they both have scaling, right? They both are in this, like, one side has Syndra Jinx, the other side has Silas, and Ivern's very strong.
Yeah.
So you're both like, let's not, give that play that turns this game open. Like, we saw a little bit in game 1. Both teams in this game seem way more conscious of, okay, let's do the smart thing. Let's, play to make sure we do the smart play as opposed to necessarily the risky, hypey play.
Yes, indeed. But this dragon is going to give them something to fight about. It's almost like they designed it this way. Of course, we're going to see the E up here in the top lane. Okay, the connection. Jesse J is going to go forward right there. Daisy's going to be called out. Rakan's going to dive towards the back line. Jolston doing what they can, getting these traps down. That's a charm. A flash away for Jabe here. And it looks like the Gentlemen are going to be forced off of this dragon.
Does look that way right now, and
whoa!
Silas
going into the full
afraid.
health Syndra right here. Jabe really feeling themselves.
Yeah, has the Ivern in the back pocket there, just making sure, getting a trade there on health, so that way you don't get too much from Buttermilk there. They do get that second dragon, putting them up 2-0. Both kills onto the Graves, which is a champion that wants to get off the ground fast,
Yes.
right? As we see now, full rotation up for the Grubs here. Looks like they want to secure that. They do not want to give over 6 Grubs to the Caitlyn.
No. No, they don't.
That's a nightmare. We've all been there.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I was there earlier today. The fact, though, that the Gentlemen able to secure those first 3 Grubs, they know they don't have to, like, you know, fight and die over this. They don't have 6 Grubs on the line.
Exactly. In worst case, you're even. So it's like, okay, if they want to walk and get those Grubs, that's fine. But, oh, my goodness.
Great point, Mr. Elias. I did not switch the things. It was Buttermilk who won game 1. That's my bad. I'll do it right if there's a game 3.
Beautiful. A little bit of
Here in the
harass here
jungle,
for the Braves.
Turkish Tucker walking up, getting these shotgun shells off. Dubu goes for the pull and lands
did he
it
get
once again. The kid can't miss.
Lowy, fun and interactive champion to play against. Pretty much dodgy or don't dodgy, and that's the lane. But yeah, right now, Buttermilk playing to their strong side, but Silas is here. Graves does have flash, but has to be careful.
Oh, Tucker! So slippery! That was a really nice escape.
It is a heist for the Wolves there. I think, honestly, though, for Gentlemen, you give your Wolves in exchange for a flash. You're probably okay with that.
Yeah.
That's a big cooldown that will not be up for a little while. And yes, it stinks to give away another camp to Graves, but hey, you know, you got a flash out of it.
Totally, yeah. That was the tax that had to be paid to get out of that side of the jungle. We've got 3 minutes until the next dragon. Rift Herald is up, but we are back towards potentially just estate, just juggling, farming, and lanes. Although Ivern gonna walk right past those Crubs, gonna walk up and around. He sees he's got that pink ward giving him some cover. He's gonna think about ganking this bot lane.
Well, he's looking for it here, but Buttermilk is... can't tell if they're smelling this out or they're just weary to push up as the flash. Gonna assume nothing happened.
Yeah, the camera certainly insinuates that's the case. Jethy is going to walk around, try and clear out this pink ward, but they've got to watch out because Rakan can just as easily facilitate a pick on them. Dubu once again landing that E. What a nightmare.
Yeah, they bring reinforcements over to make sure they're clearing out this vision. Get control over that side of the map there. Syndra gets a nice bit of poke there onto Silas. On top lane, the trials and tribulations continue.
If only we had a counter of how many times Dubu had landed that. Oh, there's the connection onto Hornborg. It's a good flash right there. A 3-man stun. Get some good poke on him. Jezzy J landing the hook, but certainly walking out was the right move.
Yeah, and you get the flash, right? You don't really invest any summoners or ult or anything like that, so I think you're fine with that. Even if the fight resets later, when that dragon spawns, Syndra's not going to have flash. So that's huge. I will notice also, I don't know if Jinx is going to have it on this base, but right now there is a little bit of an item advantage. Caitlyn going for that cheaper first option in the collector means that she gets that. And as I say that, oh my god.
Jesus! What is up with those? That was a lot.
Yeah, I was like, oh, they're slapping nonstop. Like, okay.
Oh, Rocket just
Jinx.
barely missing Cassante.
The one problem that Gentlemen have in this comp is their mid lane and their top lane are both melee, and melees do not like playing against Alawi. That's kind of her... Oh!
Whoa, Jethy walks up actually right into Graves' area. Full combo. Gets the kill. The tree is cut down.
Yeah, I mean, Graves a little bit of a lumberjack-looking guy. So, you know, we'll take that. I think this is a good example for, you know, inspiring teams out there, why you play towards your strong side of the map, right? That's, you know, Silas is not able to rotate over and help that. You know, no one's able to come over to help, you know, with the Ivern getting attacked in his jungle there. I don't know if you knew, this is an offshoot, but announced today I saw Riot is putting in a ping in the game that says, I'm being invaded.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a ping for that. There's like, it'll auto ping you if you walk out of base and don't have items, and your gold will glow.
I have a buddy who that's gonna help out.
Yeah, same. I think we all know a guy
Yes. And they deserve to have items. I want my friends to have fun when they play this game.
I'm fine with that change. There's also you know how we have the fist bump? It said that they're adding one that says, my bad, that all of your team can opt into.
That's awesome. A fight's going to break out right here. Daisy's going to be called. Rakan is going to charm a bunch of people right here. Jabe, the E connects, but so too does the Syndra ult. That's a low-looking Rakan, but another charge here from the Graves. He's going to go for 2.0. He's just going to knock them up. He's going to get rooted, but he's actually going to facilitate an opportunity for his team to have this fight pop off. Jesse goes down next, and that's an excited Jinx. They're going to turn to this tower. Doob, another stun onto the Ivern, even with the shield, just so much damage is coming through. Gmo gonna do everything they can. That's a redemption coming down to heal up this Cassante. Dual Blade's in a little bit of trouble. Can Gmo get the kill? Oh, so close. He's going back and forth, trying to go in, trying to go out.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, brutal. Almost getting a kill onto Jinx there.
You see how scary Cassante could be, even with, what's gone on in this game. Almost a Cassante moment in that fight, but Buttermilk holds on. Those shutdowns do not go over, and they're rewarded with a third dragon. This game, it feels like it's on a knife's edge right now, right? Similar to game one big play kind of breaks open a bunch of kills there. But right now, thankfully for the Gentlemen right now, none of those kills are going on to the Jinx, right? Most of all of it is in the top side. It's on the jungle. The Jinx has yet to get... She has benefited from the pressure and obviously has some assists to give some extra gold, but there's still good chance, right? Silas gets a good stolen Syndra. You have Ivern, who scales extremely well. Caitlyn, got all the plates and tower in bot lane, so she definitely has gold there. And we see what Cassante can do in these extended fights with Ivern shield.
Yeah, seriously. Ooh, speaking of Ivern, I will say, this game has had a lot more of an effort from the Gentlemen to fight over vision, and I do think that's been paying off a lot.
I agree. I think that was hard in game one. One of the things Braum is really good at protecting, but when he's walking, he's not as much of a threat to catch you when you're contesting vision, right? Nautilus, if you're clearing a ward and Nautilus starts walking up, you pretty much have to get out of there, right?
Yeah.
Because Nautilus is a champion who can R you, he doesn't have to commit, he can Q. There's a lot more threat. Obviously, the Silas also a little bit more of a threat to scrap in this game. You never know when there's an Ivern right behind them to punish that. So I like the Gentleman's comp a lot more in this game. And I like you said, I just like the way they're playing it. Syndra?
All right, Syndra's gonna get out of there. That was the... Honestly, it could have been an attempted pick. They didn't have the damage, and they didn't know that Graves was right around the corner.
Right, and I think that's the right call, right? You're Nautilus Ivern. Ivern, is Redemption first item. There's not a lot of damage there. You're pretty safe with Redemption Locket with you. But unfortunately not as good at killing other champions.
I gotta say...
Ivern's a very Lorac,
Hats off to Dubu here. Oh, fight maybe breaking out right here. They are going to commit onto that Graves, and just so much coming through, but Jave is actually going to be the one who gets a lot of punishment here. Quan Dual Blades getting these autos off. Turkish Tucker down to about a third, so too is Jabe. Caitlyn walking up. They're going to go in. They don't have any vision when they go around this corner. That's going to be Rocket connecting. Nobody dies just yet. Rakan goes in. That's going to be some flashes and exhaust as well. Jolston's still alive, but then gets taken down. And in the bot lane, Cassante just starting this fight off, but Dubu is full health. That's the Cassante ult. Finally, Dubu misses an E. I didn't think that was possible.
These fights are so close. If you just showed me these fights with nothing, I would not tell you that there was a 6K gold lead in this game. And that speaks to the power of Ivern, right? So many shields, so much damage that gets put out in fights. He, invulnerables. He makes it so much closer. And good trading right now from Cassante, but Lowy heals on her tentacles. So
and the Turkish Tucker coming down here with Rakan as well. A dive under this tower. Even 4 people here. I don't know that Cassante can get out of that one.
Unfortunately not, and not in position on the map right now because of the play that just happened on top side to punish that. Gotta be careful here, is Ivern.
Jethy may be caught here. The zap's gonna land too, and that was a clean pick.
Yeah, it was. Very good. I gotta give a shout out to Luna in this game. So many fights where it looks like someone's going to get engaged on that instant Rakan R into the back line to stop the damage from following up, and tier 2 tower under threat here, 4-man strong.
Yes, indeed. That tower falls. Syndra running up towards Jabe in the top lane. Yes, Bio, it is game 2. My bad. Did not put the graphic up right. But it is game 2. Game 1 went to Buttermilk Lifestyle.
Yeah, we actually did that as a test. To see what you guys would do, if people would notice. Make sure you're watching.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, little quizzes from
Thank you
time
guys
to
for
time.
noticing. Yeah, we like to do fun things. Maybe next week we'll have Temple Run playing underneath the game.
Yes, absolutely. That, I mean, please, that spikes engagement and viewership.
It keeps me locked in. If I'm watching like a clip of Moneyball with Temple Run under it, I'm fully locked in.
What movie is being played out to you in your Reels and YouTube Shorts right now, if any?
Well, a show. I'm getting a lot of Arrested Development, like I said earlier. But
Yes.
I've recently got what's the name? Remember the Titans for some reason. Maybe because football season started, but I'm getting a lot of Remember the Titans.
Interesting. Ooh, Jethy. Caught between a tentacle and a hard space right here. Dubu does land the E.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Beautiful call.
Right now, my YouTube Shorts are showing me tons of Game of Thrones clips. But
that too. Yeah.
Now, here's my question to you. All of mine are from one scene. That's a double stun. Okay.
Okay, what scene?
All of mine are from the interactions with Arya and Tyrion. That's
okay.
all.
I'm not seeing that. For some reason lately, it's all the Melisandre scenes.
Interesting.
And all of the scenes of the burned men. It's just...
Oh.
Which I love those parts. But then, I was talking to somebody about the other day. I'm like, there's so many different gods in Game of Thrones, But the Lord of the Light actually brings a guy back to life multiple times.
Yes.
So, I feel like if I was, walking around choosing a god to, worship
it's
in
that
that world,
guy.
this guy's do it. I can see it. We do maybe have a pick here.
Yes,
we do.
And the Lord of Light, unfortunately, nowhere to be found as Jethy is taken out.
He's going to show up in 32 seconds. Ivern will return to the map.
Never mind. Lord of Light, there is only the Lord.
There is only the Lord.
Baron being started up right now. All they need are 4 men. Dubu can just push down bot lane by themselves. They are actually going to start rotating up through that jungle, but doesn't matter. There's no one around to contest that.
Yeah, very clean setup there, and that's the pressure that Alawi can bring, right? It's not really anybody on the map right now who can solo hold the Ivern, and it's tough to make a play on, right? Because Nautilus is your engaged champion, but that's what Alawi wants. Alawi wants, a melee to come into range for those, harassment. And we've seen them swap around kind of duty on that. Oh.
Fight is popping off right here. That's going to be a pick onto Hornborks. That's a Syndra out. That's a lot of gold gone. But a lot of damage here on this Jinx. The Rakan, they could maybe engage here. That's going to be the charm going in. Rakan is going to charm 2 members. He's going to get to the back line right here, and the fight's going to be popping off as Hot Soul still lives, and so too does Dual Blades. The Turkish Tucker diving in. They've got a pink ward cutting vision there, and the Blast Cones actually a saving grace. Great zap as well, and in the bot lane, we talked about it. Dubu just pushing bot lane solo.
Yeah, I mean... Beautiful job by Jentlemen seeing an angle there that disrupts this Baron push so mightily, right? That's exactly what you want. You get up, you lose the inhib, but you probably would have lost an inhib to this push anyways, but uh-oh.
Can you even 3v1? Can you 4v1 this? Here we go. I imagine he's got ult. Maybe he doesn't. There it is. Getting a little bit of healing back right now. That's the Nautilus hook missing a little bit, but Jabe gets taken out. 1, 2, taken down. Can Dubu do it? Can they do the 1v5 teleport coming through? Jolston, oh my god. They might get taken out by tentacles. They do get taken out by tentacles, and oh my goodness, that Alawi is just so strong on their signature champ. They practically 1v5 the entire team and allow their team to push into the base with Baron empowered minions. Maybe just ending the game. Holy shit. Full 1v9 Alawi. The Nexus is open. They're just gonna free hit on it. What a series.
Beautiful 2-0 for Buttermilk there. Clean game. Not a ton of fighting in the second game as opposed to the first one, but Absolutely clean series there from them. We see the strength of the Alawi.
Yes. We see the strength of the Alawi, and big ups to Gmo for laning into that Alawi. They did so gracefully for a very long time, but you can only bleed so much CS before that version of the Alawi shows up.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this game, was very focused around those dragons, very bot side focused, and Alawi loves that, alone time in the top lane against the melee. Gentlemen showed a lot of promise in that series, showed a lot of strength and ability to make plays claw back at times, but just a clean series right there, it looks like, from Buttermilk.
Yes, indeed. Vega, shall we do our famous one question apiece interview?
I am down. I'm totally down. We'll see who they send. I am curious. Okay, I see who they're gonna. Oh, now they're arguing about it. Okay.
All right. Well, we'll see. Whoever they want, put them in community. We'll pull them over. We'll have a little chat.
Our person who is out due to an emergency offered to join.
Oh, incredible!
No, someone who played, please.
Maybe somebody who has the was on the field right now.
Yeah, okay, he's in Team 9, it looks like.
Team 9. Ah, it's Quan. Okay, we're gonna pull them slowly over to Team 4.
This is my favorite part.
Perfect. Beautiful. Welcome to the desk and congratulations on the wins. The ADC of Buttermilk Lifestyle, Quan Dual Blades. Congratulations.
Hello. Thank you.
So we're each going to ask you one question, but we'll start off with a freebie. How are you feeling after that win?
I feel like I played one game. I played support Jinx second game. Honestly, I've been seeing weird builds with Jinx. They're going like lethality with like Infinity Edge. I kind of don't like that, but I haven't tried it. So I went Infinity Edge first. I felt like I did nothing. Cassante was down a lot and I got jumped and I almost died from him. I did nothing to him. It was fun though. Fun games. It was a team effort win.
I know what you're talking about right there. Cassante did jump on you, and that was a close one. I feel like you had two great escapes on that Jinx right there. Close to the end of last game, you guys used those blast cones to get out of the jungle. That was fantastic. So I guess my question to you is, you're laning in game 1, you're on Ashe, you've got the Nautilus. Game 2, you've got this Rakan and the Jinx. Do you think that is Ashe like the go-to first pick for you guys? Do you want those CC forwards, or are you going to be in a position where you're going to be playing more of these scaling ADCs as this season has continued to evolve?
I feel like my champion pool especially, I don't have a say in what I'm playing.
Hilarious.
Vega does like Ashe a lot, but we toned it down a bit. I especially told him it was a counter pick for now, but I am really comfortable on her. Scaling, I think Jinx is like bread and butter for us, kind of, especially with how the other 4 people play. If we get 1 kill, all right, it's like a joke, but Jinx passive helps me out a lot because I don't get peeling sometimes. So if I get a kill, I could run on my own. I could run away, peel for myself.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like the joke around, but I think we're shying away from scaling. That's what I feel right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Okay, my question to you. I'll give you kind of a softball. I've got 2 technically. We're supposed to do 1 apiece, but I'll do 2. 1, your drafts look super good. Is that like a team effort or somebody like telling you what to do? If you could speak to that at all, your drafts.
Yeah, how handsome are your drafts, out of curiosity?
Could you repeat that?
How handsome are your drafts, or maybe the people sort of creating your drafts?
Yeah.
Man, what kind of interviewers are you?
Okay. All right. I'll give you a real
Super
question.
handsome. Super handsome.
There we go. That was the right answer.
Thank you. Second question. What are your thoughts on the upcoming patch, the Worlds patch coming out? That's gonna be a big shakeup. There's not a lot of competitive to watch. Are you excited about it? Or are you disappointed in it?
I got two answers. I know they're getting rid of a lot of things. Kill Smolder. I know they're nerfing him, but like, let him die, I think. Number two, I didn't really read the patch note. Kill
Why didn't you
Smolder.
answer that first? That would have been good first.
Change it up a little bit. Kill Smolder, kill Ziggs. I want to see fun people. Kill Cassante. I think those are the three I want dead.
Okay.
Beautiful. It's a great wish list.
Thanks. I'm really excited for Rhodes though.
Awesome. Well, thank you for jumping in for the interview. GG's tonight. Congratulations on your win.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for jumping in.
Quinn should have been interviewed.
Yes, he should have.
Interviewed.
Yes.
All right, take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Peace, man. All right, folks. Thank you so much for joining us on this Tuesday night. I've been LeChance, and I've been so lucky to be joined by Vega tonight.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. Super fun. This is my, I look forward to this every week. One of my favorite nights of the week. And yeah, we've been lucky to have really good games this season. Really back and forth stuff. Even tonight, the games were, a little bit quick, but they were exciting games.
Mm-hmm.
So, and as always, casting with you is always a blast, regardless of the content put in front of us. So, yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in.
Likewise, a pleasure, folks. We are going to get a raid underway, so feel free to stick around for that. But otherwise, we'll have more streams for you later on this week. Have a good night, everybody.